Hi, welcome to Salve Salento. I'm Jennifer.
And I'm Dennis.
And we are in Florida right now. We're getting ready to get back over to Italy, but in the meantime, we're here with family and we're getting things wrapped up here after our trip in the Virgin Islands. It was great, but it's great to be back. So we're going to be there soon, probably in about a week and a half, right? And we wanted to share a video with you today because we met with some family yesterday and they were looking at property in Florida. And they were like, oh, you're going back to Italy and is it nice and all that. And I said, watch the videos. We have everything documented on the videos. But they were looking at buying a property in Italy and she's close to retirement age, right?
Yeah.
And she was looking at buying a property and a reasonably priced property, probably around $350,000 in Florida. And the taxes that she's going to be starting out with, probably about $6,000, including, CDD that we have here in Florida. I don't know if you're familiar with that, but it's when they develop a new piece of property into homes, they share the cost of all of that sewer development, electrical, and everything for the neighborhood with the people that buy those houses. And you have that for about 20 years on that property until it expires. And so with CDD, not including maintenance and everything, she was going to be about $6,000. And then for the year, with the added maintenance cost, her cost would be about $12,000 a year just for maintenance on the outside and for her property taxes with the CDD and the homeowners association.
Yeah, because the maintenance fee was about $500 a month, which takes care of like your lawn, and I guess the painting of the outside of the house
and replacing the roofs. I believe
yes.
that includes. But that cost can go up. So that's not a guaranteed amount that would be fixed that you would have to pay.
Yeah, that can go up every year.
That can go up every single year.
And if they have a shortfall, if they need a roof, they can do a one-time assessment, sometimes a couple of grand.
And that could be a lot of money.
Right.
And sometimes depending on what the insurance costs go up to, it could be a lot more. So, it's beautiful here. We're not Florida bashing at all because, this is where we lived for quite some time and we do still have family here. But it's very expensive to start to own a home here. And if you're planning on moving to Florida from somewhere else and you're buying a property, you're going to be in for a real shock because
some things need to change because the Save Our Homes just doesn't, it works for like older people that are here, but for new people that come into the area, the person next door can have the same exact house as you, same square footage, and they can be paying quadruple or 10 times the amount that you're paying for your house. Just
in
because
taxes.
They bought at a later date and the house is
right.
valued at more money.
So something in Florida that we have in Florida here, it's called Save Our Homes. And what happens is when you purchase a home, the taxes are based on the assessment of that home at that time. And then you're kind of locked in with minimal increases every year because that's your primary residence.
They only can raise you 4% every year by law.
So if you buy a house and you live in it for 20 years and then you decide to sell it, the person that buys that home is getting reassessed at the current rate that they're buying that property at. And those property taxes can go up 5 times more than what they were. Sometimes it could be even more than that, depending on how long people were in the house.
$215,000 20 years ago, and then you get a house today, and then the assessed value of the same house next door because they sold it could be assessed at $700,000-800,000. That's a big difference.
And then you're paying tax on that new rate. So if you're coming from a northern state where the taxes are usually fixed on that home, and then every year they go up depending on what the assessments are, but they're kind of relatively the same. And then if you sell that home, the person who purchases that home gets those same taxes. But that does not happen here in Florida. And there's a lot of people that are coming here because Florida's been like, everybody wanted to move to Florida. They're coming here and then they're buying the home. They're realizing they get the tax bill and they can't afford it, that it wasn't in their budget. So now they have to sell that house again. And there's a lot of homes that are coming on the market now that have that problem. And it's really not fair. Florida should really change that because
we need to redo the tax structure.
The way that the taxes are on homes isn't really meant, yes, if you're staying in your home for a long, long time, but those taxes should stay the same.
But it really discourages new people from moving in.
Yeah, because it's just too expensive.
They'll see what the people that do their homework will see the new tax bill and say, wait, what am I paying for if the person next door is paying like a tenth of the amount?
Right. And it's not really fair. Then you can't have people that are younger people that are trying to afford to get to these neighborhoods.
But that's not the only thing. It's that the homeowners insurance too.
Yes.
There's such a homeowners insurance crisis in the state. It's ridiculous. All insurances, including health insurance, car insurance. Florida is the worst for insurance.
Yeah. So if you're planning to come to Florida, I would really, if you're thinking about buying a home here and you're not sure, I would look in your neighborhood at recent sales and see what their taxes were assessed at, last year's tax assessment, because that is a better gauge of what you're going to be paying. And the realtors advertise the current taxes on the home. So some people are really getting a shock. They said the taxes used to be $3,000 and now they're up to $9,000 or $10,000, sometimes even more. And they're saying, I can't afford, that wasn't in my budget. I can't afford to do $9,000 or $10,000 for taxes. I have homeowners insurance that I have to buy, and I still have, we still have to eat and live in the house and do maintenance on it and things like that.
People moved down here because they wanted a cheaper way of living, and it's turning out that it's not as cheap as they thought. So some people are going back.
Some people are going back, or they're going to places that are a lot less expensive to live, like North Carolina,
Georgia,
even
South
to Georgia.
Carolina.
It's less expensive than here. And I mean, the hurricanes do have a part in it because there is that risk of hurricanes.
Even though there's no state tax here, those other states have a state tax, but when you add it in, you're still paying less. Because the property taxes are cheaper, insurance is cheaper, everything. So
it doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't justify having that. Good morning. So we're not Florida bashing. We're not USA bashing. Ideally, right?
We're not Florida bashing because I have a home here.
We have a home here, and ideally for a while, we want to go back and forth a little bit and be able to spend time here. And when it gets a little chilly in Italy, come here, keep working on the tan, and then go back to Italy when it gets nice and warm again. But this is just.
I'm not staying away as long as I did last time. It was too long.
Well, yeah, it was
staying in the Caribbean was too long.
It was too long. So
I should have been back months ago.
And then we would have had more Italy videos months ago.
We are kind of retired, so we kind of just making it up as we go along.
Yeah. Well, this is a work in progress. We'll see what fits and what's good. But like you said, I mean, in Florida here, the weather is beautiful. Even during the winter, it doesn't really get very cold, and we can enjoy our outdoor things here.
Yeah.
That in the winter in Italy, it does get a little cold and rainy to ride. So
I think what we did the year before, where we just left for about just 2 months, was probably about perfect. We left for just the holidays, to come back for the holidays to see the family and stuff. So it's kind of like from November into January.
Spend time with
that's kind of like
family and the kids, and be able to do those things that we miss. And there's some things that are here that we're used. We've been here for a long time. I mean, the U.S. and Florida, we've been here. Things that we're used to. Shopping and things here, and some of the stores and stuff. But after a while, we've we're like, okay, we had enough. We got what we needed, and
that's what we have to come back for, clothes.
Clothes, because we love TJ Maxx. I love TJ Maxx. So, getting my filling up my suitcase, and then we'll be back to Italy. But so soon, probably in about a week and a half, we'll be back in Italy, and then we're gonna have lots of Italy videos for you from our home. And we're going to do some cooking videos and some of those tours that I mentioned in the video about Spotlight Salento, where I'm going to visit some places that are favorites. We're going to go to some towns, and I had asked the viewers if you have places that you want us to see for you that are in our area. Obviously, we're not going to be traveling up to Rome or anything like that for this, but if you have places that in mind that you want us to go see for you, you can put it down in the comments, and then we're going to make a list, and then we're going to do videos all over our area for some of the viewers that maybe they can't get over to Italy right away, and they want to see a place, or they're interested in a property that's in some of these areas, and then maybe we can highlight that for them. And we'll do some on our bikes, but we're also going to do some when we're traveling around, and visiting some of the restaurants and cafes and things like that. So showing you some of the landmarks and those things that, you know, people really want to see when they're buying a property in those
So
places.
the scenery you see now in the background is the development where we have a house here.
Yeah, it's Florida. It's like,
So we're
it's,
going on a morning walk.
it's pretty much like every Florida neighborhood. Palm trees, lakes,
Yeah.
tennis courts, parks, things like
Sometimes
that.
you'll see an alligator or a deer or something.
I don't see any alligators
haven't seen
today.
anything yet.
And no deer yet. I think the deer are gone for
Usually
today.
early morning for a deer.
Yeah, we got up a little late today, so no deer. Maybe we'll do another video if we find deer. We'll post some so that we can share it with you, because yeah, today was just a little bit later. It was a rough night, but anyway. So I'm glad that you can join us today. If you have any questions or comments, please put them down in the comment section. Click on the like
And subscribe.
and subscribe. Thank you for watching our video with us today, and we'll see you again soon in Italy. Take care.
Ciao.
Ciao.